Now ask yourselves this: if this stone is locked away in full and never been cut up, how could the stone at the Shrine of Remembrance be the same stone? And why is it not under a throne here? Now here's something to ponder. Looks like that Star of David was indeed being played throughout history. It seems Rome has always been in play. Remember the coronation throne Queen Elizabeth II was placed upon? Well, it looks like many, if not all, kings and queens' coronations were held on this throne for a long time, with the exception of King George VI. Painting of King George VI, 1865 to 1936, during the King's coronation, dated 20th century. Also something to consider. There are 54 countries in the Commonwealth, in Africa, Asia, the Americas, Europe and the Pacific. Commonwealth countries are diverse. They are among the world's biggest, smallest, richest and poorest countries in the world. How many countries were involved in the Treaty of Versailles? Initially, 70 delegates from 27 nations participated in the negotiations. Russia was excluded due to their signing of a separate peace, the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, and early withdrawal from the war. How many other Commonwealth countries received a piece of stone, if at all? What about the fact that the stone they refer to is actually made of marble? Stone of Remembrance. The Shrine of Remembrance, commonly referred to as the Shrine, is a war memorial in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, located in King's Domain on St Kilda Road. It was built to honour the men and women of Victoria who served in World War I, but now functions as a memorial to all Australians who have served in any war. It is a site of annual observances for Anzac Day, the 25th of April, and Remembrance Day, 11th of November, and is one of the largest war memorials in Australia. Designed by architects Philip Hudson and James Wardrop, both World War I veterans, the shrine is in a classical style, based on the tomb of Marcellus at Halicarnassus and the Parthenon in Athens, Greece. The crowning element at the top of the ziggurat roof references the Karadzic monument of Lysocrates. Built from Tynon granite, the shrine originally consisted only of the central sanctuary surrounded by the ambulatory. The sanctuary contains the marble stone of remembrance, upon which is engraved the words, "Greater love hath no man," John 15:13. Once per year, on 11th of November at 11 a.m, Remembrance Day, a ray of sunlight shines through an aperture in the roof to light up the word love in the inscription. Beneath the sanctuary lies the crypt, which contains a bronze statue of a soldier, father and son, and panels listing every unit of the Australian Imperial Force. The shrine went through a prolonged process of development, which began in 1918 with an initial proposal to build a Victorian memorial. Two committees were formed, the second of which ran a competition for the memorial's design. The winner was announced in 1922. However, opposition to the proposal, led by Keith Murdoch and the Herald, forced the governments of the day to rethink the design. A number of alternatives were proposed, the most significant of which was the Anzac Square and Cenotaph proposal of 1926. In response, General Sir John Monash used the 1927 Anzac Day March to garner support for the shrine, and finally won the support of the Victorian government later that year. The foundation stone was laid on 11th of November 1927, and the shrine was officially dedicated on 11th of November 1934. The sanctuary contains the marble stone of remembrance, upon which is engraved the words, "Greater love hath no man," John 15:13. Once per year on 11th of November at 11 a.m, Remembrance Day, a ray of sunlight shines through an aperture in the roof to light up the word love in the inscription. How many other countries have a throne room? There are heaps. A simple wiki search will show you the list. Well, out of the 54 countries as of 2021, there are 16 Commonwealth realms: Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Canada, Grenada, Jamaica, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, St Kitts and Nevis, St Lucia, St Vincent and the Grenadines, the Solomon Islands, Tuvalu and the United Kingdom. So what is a realm? Well, a realm is a community or territory over which a sovereign rules. The term is commonly used to describe a monarchical or dynastic state. A realm may also be a subdivision within an empire. A realm is also a kingdom or a kingdom, the defence of the realm. This doesn't make Australia a kingdom, nor does it mean our ANZACs defended the Kingdom of Australia. It means the Commonwealth of Australia is a subdivision within the Empire of Great Britain, a realm, a kingdom defended by our ANZACs. Our Commonwealth is part of the Kingdom of Great Britain. Lest we forget, unfettered unity is now more important than ever before. It was a series of very unfortunate events in a time of mass change and a lack of understanding and comprehension of what those events would do to the greater empire as a whole. People lacked the foresight and interest from the general public that seen the once great kingdom fall back into the hands of the Roman cabal. We all failed as a people to see what was transpiring under our very nose. This battle has waged on since Reformation and the creation of the Church of England and the Christian Protestant Bible. Our ANZAC Diggers Shrine of Remembrance is a beacon of light, so we never forget the sacrifices made to defend the Empire of Great Britain, our Protestant Imperial Crown realm, and our right to self-determination, self-governance and self-ownership. It was paid for many times over in blood, lest we forget.